Okay, so you were saying that some of your
Are you sure I was in the right place?
yeah. So you were saying that some of your father got some of his salary from where?
No, well, I think it was a general thing in those days. They could choose either a pension or
A lump
a
sum.
lump sum of money, and he chose the lump sum for some reason. I think maybe he knew he was going to die fairly soon or something. I don't know. So, yeah. And I know they even used to do that in England, because I can remember the youngest Aunt Grace, and her husband didn't die till 20, 30 years later, and that same affair came up of income, retirement income or a lump sum. So apparently it seems to have been quite common in those days.
Well, I think you can still do that, possibly.
Yeah. Well, I suppose to say it was more common than those, because,
Because I guess, yeah, because you're, if you expected because then you pass the lump sum on, whereas if you died with the pension, that was all the money you got.
Yeah. Oh. I suppose it would depend if you were somebody who liked buying stocks or something, shares, you might do better by having the lump,
Having the lump sum, yeah. Okay. And so so you lost the lump sum to the Salvation Army. Yeah. Okay. So that's the end of that story, I guess. Yes. Anyway. Okay. So sorry, this light is bothering you. But anyway, so then you were at the dairy, and so then you went on outings to London. This is what year was it?
No. I worked there until when was it? I think about the end of 55, and then I.
So that was 10 years, or 9 years, or?
I don't know. I don't know. And then I can't remember why quite. I took it in my head to go back to London, and Morris Downs, who lived in Canterbury, he didn't then. He was going to the Kingston Polytechnic. Now he was from my father's side, he was a cousin, and I don't know why I picked on that, and I went up just to have someone I knew around, sort of thing, and I took a room. Then I got a job that was quite easy to get in those days, in the credit department of Bentall's of Kingston, which was one of the large department stores, which was not in the West End of London. It was in Kingston on Thames, and I worked there not very long because I hated it, and as soon as I could get out of it.
This is around 1948?
No, we're in the 50s now.
So how long were you at the dairy?
Well, that's what I can't remember. I can't remember when I went, but I left at the end of 55.
Oh, so you're there from 46 to 55? So 9 years?
No, it wasn't 46. It was 49, something like that.
Oh, so what did you do for the previous 4 years? You were in high school till 46, or?
And I come on that.
You were in high school till 46, and then between 46 and 40.
No, I was in high school till 44. Went to the Land Army from 44 to 46. Then I spent just 6 months or so at the antique dealer, and then then I went to London for the to the school, and that was for about a year.
School, all right.
For about a year.
So 47.
Yes, well, I don't know how that worked. Somehow it's got wrong, because I found a piece of paper the other day, and I know it had 48 written on it, typed on it. So
From the secretarial school.
somehow we've got muddled. Does it matter?
I guess not. And then so it was 49 that you went to the dairy.
The dairy, I suppose so.
And they were there for
And I
6
was
years.
at the end of 55.
So 6 years.
And then, as I say, I went up to Kingston on Thames.
For a short period.
Yeah, well, I suppose. I was there about a year, I suppose. Because I had this job, as I say, in the department store place, and I just had a horrible boss, and I got out as soon as I could, and I got another job. Again, all this was sort of messing around with numbers for a biscuit, one of the biscuit manufacturers. I can't remember which one, but it was a well-known biscuit place, and it was a very strange thing, because my memory of it is there were 5 or 6 women, and we sat round a big round table working, and actually they paid me £5 a week, I think it was, which was the highest I ever got. And I don't know what we were supposed to be doing, but we spent most of the day sitting chatting. You know, the work we could do was quite simple, and we just did it, and then we sat, you know, it was crazy. And anyway, and I suppose I was still at that, when I met your father, and sort of...
The department store?
No, the biscuit.
The biscuit store, right, you're right, yeah. So you went to Margate on a outing, no?
Yeah, well, yeah, that was just a day's outing.
On a was it like a special bus or just a regular bus? Or?
No, it was a special thing.
So somebody organized a day trip to
I belonged
Margate.
to something. No, I didn't belong to something. Actually, there was, yes, I had a boyfriend who was into this, he stayed in the same place where I was staying, that's right. And he was an ardent communist, if I remember, or if I got him wrong. I think he was somebody else. Anyway, he belonged to some sort of group, and I tagged along to this thing. And they had this group had the
So it was
trip to Margate, yeah.
So it was a communist trip to Margate?
No, forget the communists. I think it just happened that they were all that way inclined. But that wasn't, I don't know there wasn't any sort of organisation with it. There were just a whole lot. They used to sort of get together on Saturday evenings. Sometimes they go dancing, sometimes they go to listen to. That was the days of the, oh dear, what were they called? The way the Beatles started.
Skiffle?
Yeah, that's right. skipper groups.
It was very popular in the 50s, yes, yes.
Yeah. And this
Lonnie Donegan and-
this was not, yeah. And we used to go to those a lot. And
But why would you go to Margate on a specially organized bus trip? Why couldn't you just take the regular train or bus?
well, I suppose they figured they'd do this, and you know, we'd all go together, sort of thing, and they must have.
But why could you just go take a train together?
Well, because I don't know, if you're going to do something as a group, I think they always do do it like that. I mean,
Or would it be cheaper? Or I mean, the thing is, well, here you might be. Here you might, because there might not be like if you want to go to the African Lion Safari, there is no bus. But in England, there's tons of trains and buses everywhere.
Yeah, but I mean, that's completely disorganized. I mean, so you say, we're going to Margate at 6 o'clock, and half the people would come at the time, and half the people would come at another time. You could never organize it like that. But if you rent a bus and say you have to be at such and such a place at such and such a time, then it works.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was cheaper. Maybe it was cheaper.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Okay. Anyway, so he was on one of these trips.
Yeah.
And then he phoned you every day for 2 weeks or something. You said.
1 week.
1 week.
Why on earth do you remember that?
Well, it's part of the story, isn't it? That he was persistent and you felt sorry for him.
Huh.
So.
Well, on the other hand, you know, I mean, look where it landed me.
In Canada?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you wanted to go to Canada, though. You said it was the thing to do then, was to go
Yeah.
to the colonies.
Well, at that time, that was the time, what we call the Suez time, when the Russians, or was it the Russians?
Well, Suez Crisis was that 56? Or no, that was before that. I can look it up. But
well, that was what was happening at the time.